Okay, I think you guys should hear me now. Thanks for pointing that out, Graham. I'm running into so many technology issues today. That's annoying that I just spoke for a few minutes and you guys couldn't hear anything I was saying. To recap, Now I got to remember everything I just said. I basically said, hello everyone, Adrenaluke here. And then I said, I'm sorry for the delay because of all the technology issues. It looks like I didn't address all of them. I came into like 10 different technology issues before the stream began, and I'm like, oh God, what is going on with my computer? This is one thing about streaming from PCs, that it's such a mess with how many issues can occur with computer. Hey Ken, how's it going, man? But, yeah, another issue I was having was with my headset. It kept saying that it was no battery, even though it was full battery, which was very weird. So I had to restart my whole PC, and now the microphone's working now, I guess, and the headset's working now as well. Sorry, guys. So many technology issues, and all of this, unfortunately, makes it to where I don't have much time to practice for the first race of the day. But, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, I was saying how I was, when my mic was muted, I was mentioning how it was cool how I guessed 2 out of the 3 tracks correct this week. Because it is, Laguna Seca is going to be the first race of the day. That is one of the tracks that I guessed correctly. Man, it sucks that I don't have much time to practice now, though. I guess we can only get like 1 lap in to practice, and that's about it. We can maybe just do an out lap. Hopefully I don't run into any more technology problems during the stream. Nice to see you guys all in here, though. Yeah, the ongoing battle with technology. Yeah, it sucks. But hey, starting it off right. You just immediately start the stream with a bunch of technology issues. That puts you in a great mood to start out, am I right? Alright, so I'm going to be in the Nissan for Laguna Seca. I also want to test out if my force feedback's right for the Nissan at Laguna, because the amount of how strong the force feedback is can be very all over the place with this car for whatever reason. And when I adjust that, I actually adjust it on the adapter. I don't adjust the strength of the force feedback on the game. Alright. I'm just going to put in like 10 liters because we really only have enough time for like an out lap and maybe 1 lap after that. Alright, I'll just keep those tire pressures as whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and get on out there.
Green light, go, go, go.
Gotta get used to the controls on console again. You can only map 6 buttons on the Moza wheel on console, unfortunately, so it is different buttons do different things on console than on PC, for at least what I have mapped. Let's get a couple laps of practice in. Graham, are you going to be doing any racing with me? I don't know if you can race right now or not. Yeah, the force feedback definitely feels a lot different on console. It's always something that I gotta get used to, jumping back and forth between them. I haven't done any driving yet today, so this is me warming up right here. Might need to turn the strength of the force feedback up. I'm not sure yet, though. I mean, I'm only in pit lane, so it's not really much of a test yet. Right away, what I notice is that the force feedback on console does feel a lot more robotic, a lot more rough and gritty, kind of. Like the force feedback on PC is just so much more smooth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn that up a little bit, so. Alright, let me try this strength. Yeah, that's a lot better. Actually, I think that's a little bit too strong. I wish there was like an interval in between. Yeah, that's too strong, actually. But with my health condition, it's a lot better to have force feedback that's not strong enough, and when it's too strong, and it's going to hurt me. Well, that's all the practice we can get in, because the first race is about to begin, so we couldn't even do a full out lap or anything. So, yeah, we gotta get ready for the first race now. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. We're coming in with 0 practice whatsoever. If everything goes well, I should be getting 23 lap times at this track. So I should be in the 23s. All right, let's go to Simgrid's website, and we're gonna see what server number we're looking for, which is 31689. See, I'm just really happy that there's been people in the chat, because sometimes I will be streaming for like an hour, and the whole time for like an hour I won't even know that my audio from my microphone isn't coming through, and then like after an hour of streaming someone will tell me, and that just it hits you and you're like, no, and like like that always sucks. So at least this time I could tell like very soon in the stream. You guys are awesome for pointing that out very early.
Green light.
Oh, no worries, Graham. I was just curious. So I'm definitely not used to console ACC right now. How many people total do we have in this race? Let me see. 11, okay. Well, the grids are definitely smaller on console than PC, but that is what it is. Alright. Yeah, how's it going, Andy? Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm just a little tired.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Be careful there. Slow car ahead.
So I am noticing there's it feels like there's a dead zone, like, in the steering wheel, where it's not until I turn it to about there, right here where I have the angle, that's where I start to feel any feedback. The rest is like a dead zone in the center. I don't get that on PC. Now, I mean, hypothetically that could be the adapter, but I don't think I experienced that on GT7, and I haven't played GT7 in a very long time. So I'll have to try GT7 with this wheel again, because I really don't remember experiencing that on GT7, but my memory could be serving me wrong, I don't know. But I also think I experienced that on ACC console when I had a G29 steering wheel as well. But I don't know, I'll have to see.
Slow car ahead.
Alright. Well, we only got, I think, 2 laps into practice, so... Alright. It doesn't even give us readings or anything. Okay. I think after this is Watkins Glen, and then the next track after that is Barcelona.
30 seconds.
Okay, first race of the day, guys. Why are there only 9 people in here? There should have been 11. What is going on? This is a very small grid. It's disappointing, but oh well. Still gonna count towards our rank.
Go in double file.
Thank you, Ken. Stefano's in here. That's one of the aliens. I recognize him. He's probably... That Lamborghini's gonna go flying. That guy's an alien. Stefano is very fast. I'm never able to keep up with him every time I'm in a race with him. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Andy.
Green light. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Whoa, that was close, man. Come on. I'm barely feeling anything through the steering wheel, man. It just... It's kind of annoying how bad the force feedback is on the console. Yeah, my driving's horrible right now because I can't feel anything through the steering wheel at all. It's a 27 lap time, oh my gosh. Like oh my gosh, I have no idea what's happening with the car until it's too late. Then the force feedback kicks in really hard. Like out here, when the steering wheel was there, I could feel it. But here in the center, nothing at all. Here I can feel it. Oh, but see, it's too late by that point. Like, you gotta know where to angle the steering wheel. Like, it almost tells you, like, hey, you just messed up. Like, oh, thanks for telling me. It's just so much better in PC. Yeah, that lap time is absolutely horrible. Hey, 4D, how's it going? It's at 8% Grim, and it's still doing nothing. There's a dead zone in the center, and that dead zone in the center, I'm just feeling nothing at all. But I think I distinctly remember feeling that same issue with my G29 on console, so I think it's just that the force feedback is a lot better on PC. PC in general rather than it being this particular wheel. I think it's the, oh my gosh, I think it's the game file being different. So it's more the programming in the actual game than it is the equipment. The real test would be for me to try GT7 again. I haven't done that in a very long time. But I don't think I experienced this in GT7 at all. Like here, I feel absolutely nothing through the wheel whatsoever. Now I do. It's only when I have the wheel like really angled. Actually, it literally does hurt to try Grim. I've turned it up more in the past to try it out, and it quite literally did physically hurt me. Plus, it just, It actually tampers with, like, it kind of dulled out the feedback then to me. Gives it a lot less detail. Like, I can drive a hell of a lot better on PC, though, because the feedback's just so much better. People who haven't experienced it on PC, they really will never understand. Like, I mean, you can hear me out loud saying that it's better, but I think what they're picturing in their heads is like, oh, it has a little bit more detail, or oh, it's, you know, a little bit smoother. Like, sure, those are two things, but the best way I can explain it, it's literally a completely different file. Like, it's what I think a lot of people assume is that it's the same feedback, but just more detail and smoother. That's not even close to true. It's, oh, hang on, I gotta focus here, we went off track. Come on, let's try to get him. Let's get this guy.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
No, I know, Grim. I'm saying when I have that up really high in the past, it did physically hurt me, and it dulls out the feedback, because when you make the line flatter instead of it being more like this, it gives you less detail as well, and that's already a big issue on consoles, that it severely lacks detail. But I lost my train of thought earlier. I was saying a lot of people probably assume that the force feedback on PC is the same as console, except it's better. Like, oh, it just is the same, but it has more detail and smoother. But that's not the case. Like, yes, it's smoother and more detail, but it's literally not even the same file as console. Like, it's think of it this way, right? You have a file that people programmed for the force feedback on Gran Turismo 7, how it communicates the force feedback in Gran Turismo 7, right? And then you have a file that's programmed in this game for ACC, right? Those are two completely different games, so obviously they're going to have different files for force feedback. That's literally how it is on console and PC. It's literally two different games as far as force feedback is concerned. Like in force feedback. Oh, hey Brigsby, how's it going? Hey Jeff. But yeah, like on PC, it's a completely different file. Oh, I went deep. Completely different file altogether. So it's not like they communicate the force feedback extremely different. It's not the same, but just better. It's literally completely different. File. Yeah, Brigsby. Yeah, but my lap times would be like at least 1.5 seconds faster on PC if I had proper force feedback.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
But as much as I try to explain it, I don't think I don't know. I feel like people still don't quite understand what I'm trying to say. And it's very difficult to explain. It really is. Like, don't get me wrong, when I say they're two completely different games in force feedback, that's true, but that doesn't mean that the physics are different. The physics are the exact same, but the force feedback is a completely different game. Literally, quite literally. Like, they, I'm trying to find the right words to make it very, like, I don't quite know how to explain it. Brigsby. I'm tempted to mark that Ferrari as clean, but he did do a very, very risky maneuver on me right at the race start that came like this close to taking me out, so I don't think I'm going to mark him as clean, but I'm not going to mark him as crashy either. I'm just going to be neutral. Alright. Well, starting the day with a podium, but there's only 9, so a podium doesn't feel that rewarding, because this is a pretty small grid. NLR rig, the next level racing rig. I think it's okay, so I couldn't put it together myself because of my health condition, but I had to observe my dad and my brother putting it together, and they had a headache. It took like weeks to put it together, and they just kept getting so angry that they would just like stop for the day, and like I couldn't tell them to, you know, continue because I mean it's them doing it, so but they would yeah, they were getting really pissed off trying to put this rig together, and it normally would go like they would be trying for like I don't know, 45 minutes one day, just get so angry at this thing that they would just like be like, we can't do this anymore for the day, we got to calm down, and then they would come back the next day and then the next day, and it would just keep being that pattern, and like it took forever to put this rig together is what I'm saying. So it didn't seem like the easiest rig to put together. So just be warned about that. There's a lot of YouTube videos where they make it seem like it's so easy to assemble. Yeah, but, okay, so you should be good with that. Well, the only other thing I'll say is like this chair is pretty loose. Like it does move around a lot. Every now and then I tighten it again as tight as it will go, but there are some bolts in here that are like flawed to where there's like a bolt right here. You can't see where I'm pointing because it's off camera, but hey, Risk. But yeah, there's a bolt that is sticking out about this much, and so that bolt might be a big part of why the chair is so wobbly. So that is one complaint I have, is like the chair is really wobbly. The only other complaint I have is if you get load cell pedals, this pedal tray on the bottom isn't very sturdy. Then when I just had my Logitech G29 pedals, it held it just fine, but with load cell pedals, hit the like button. Thank you very much, Risk. But yeah, with the load cell brake, there's a substantial amount of flex on the pedal board then. So what I've done is I put I have an ammo crate that holds 5.56 ammunition. I just put that underneath it, and then I put a couple weight plates on top of that, and that's kind of like wedging the pedal board in place, on top of it, of course, being bolted onto the rig. But when it's just bolted onto the rig with the load cell pedal, it doesn't hold it very well at all. So it would flex about like this much every time I brake. So that wasn't ideal. Rigs, you guys are in a goofy mood today. I'm loving it. But I mean, I was really only pointing out the stuff I don't like about it. The things I like about it, I mean, I really like this seat because for me, with having my TOS health condition, I can't do bucket seats. I can't do the seats that wrap around, like, because that would make my shoulders kind of like squeeze in more. And I got to avoid protracting my shoulders. It's better to have my shoulders more retracted. So having a flat back to a seat is like so nice for me. Other than that, I mean, oh, one other complaint I have is that the mounting tray for the steering wheel can't tilt upwards. It can only tilt downwards, which I find kind of odd. So that's why I did have to invest in a tilt mount that someone 3D printed with plastic for my wheelbase. So if you do want the steering wheel to tilt up, which I don't know why someone wouldn't, you're going to have to get like some tilt mount that someone 3D printed. Okay, next race should be starting in about 5 minutes. It'll be Watkins Glen. I'm going to be in the Lamborghini for that one, so let me turn force feedback back up a little, or down, I mean. Okay, and yeah, we're going to be in Watkins Glen for the next one. I'll get a couple, maybe, yeah, like 2 laps of practice in. But I will say, this rig does hold the steering wheel pretty well, but granted, I use very low force feedback because of my health condition, so, risk. So yeah, I get that I'm not going to be like the best one to test how much flexor is going to be with holding the steering wheel, but it does come with, excuse me, it does come with some additional like support arms that you can install for the steering wheel. I know some other people that own this rig, they've done that with direct drive wheels. I don't really need to because I only run my force feedback at like I think I'm only running 4 Newton meters of torque through it. So, and that's only when it peaks. The majority of the time it's running like 2 or 3 Newton meters of torque, so not very much torque through the steering wheel. I can't use much force feedback. Printing on a pickled paper. People play poker, pick up a pickle and a pickup. With a pancake. If anyone cars... Now you're typing with a southern accent risk. If you want to sound like you have a southern accent when you type the word cares, leave out the E. If anyone cars. Brigsby, because I thought you knew this, Briggs, but it's because I have thoracic outlet syndrome. And that's why I had to stop bodybuilding. So, yeah, because of my health condition, I really can't push a force feedback. And that health condition's why I had to stop bodybuilding. You race with the TV off. You just go bloop, turn the screen off, and then you race. It's genius. That reminds me of that. That reminds me of that scene on Talladega Nights where he puts a blindfold on Ricky Bobby, and he's like, "You got to learn to drive with the fear." And then he's like, "Right, son, now drive." After he has a blindfold on, and then he just like plows through someone's house, and then he's like looking at all the damage like the father is, and he's like, "We better hightail it out of here. Frankie's gonna be pissed." Oh, okay. I thought you didn't know about the TOS. All right, let's. Jeez, I'm wasting so much time talking. I think we only have enough time for like an outlap now practice, and that's about it. Which isn't really a good practice run because, of course, as you guys know, in the outlap, you're not even having your tires up to temperature or anything. Neither are you with the brakes or whatnot, so... Alright, well, I guess we're gonna get some practice in. But only an outlap. But hey, I suck at Watkins Glen anyways.
Green light, give it all you can.
This is actually my weakest track on all of ACC. Risk, that's funny. I'll say this though, even with all the force feedback issues I have, this is still light years better than the G29 on console. Way, way, way better than the G29 on console. But I would say this, using my G29 on PC is still a billion times better than using the Moza on console, so that should say something. But yeah, using the Moza on console, of course, is way better than the Logitech G29 on console. I'm probably missing all sorts of messages in chat right now. Alright, and that's all the practice we can do. Tires weren't even up to temperature or anything, brakes weren't, just an outlap and boom, there we go. Fall in love with the Lamborghini. It's my main car on ACC. I'm glad you're liking the setups, by the way. Hardly many people do. A lot of the people that try my setup say that my setups are just too aggressive and they need it to be more stable and stuff. But see, I cater my setup. I do make really aggressive setups. I just prioritize like speed. All right. Let's look at what the server number is. 31689. Wasn't that the last server? Maybe I need to refresh the page. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. 39148. How many people are in this one? Let me check. 25. Wow, that's a big increase from last race. People don't like Laguna Seca? What's going on? I think Laguna Seca is a good track. You guys like Laguna? I like Laguna Seca. I think it's a great track. But everyone loves Watkins Glen, apparently. Everyone's pouring in for this one. See, Laguna is not even a... that's not even a DLC track. Unless... No, actually, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, Laguna Seca is a DLC track, so never mind. Maybe these... But they're in 2 separate DLC packs, so I wonder if more people have the American track pack, which this track's included in, rather than the... I think it's the Intercontinental GT Challenge track pack is where Laguna Seca comes from. Which, that's really bizarre, because the Laguna Seca track is not even a part of the ICGT series. So why did they include that track in that track pack? I don't know. Yeah, Laguna is a great track. Loses it just going straight. Just found out about what? Was that 990? What are you guys talking about? 90 degrees? Briggs, that is not a good, Oh, so that's what you... Oh, okay, so that's why you're saying 900. Wait, no, you're... So you're saying it was at 900 and you changed it to 90? Well, Briggs, when you put it at 900, it's supposed to just automatically match the in-game... Here, I'll show you guys something. I wish I had enough buttons to map one that changes the camera view like I do on PC. So I'm going to have to do this very quickly. Okay, I don't have the time actually to show... Because what I would have done is... here. You guys are just going to have to picture this, right? You'll put the cockpit view in that one cockpit view that shows the steering wheel. Not the one with the helmet and everything, but the one where you can see the steering wheel in the cockpit. So a different camera view than this. And then you just look at what I'm doing with my steering wheel. You do this, and then you hold it there. I tried to tell you how to do this when you were in your stream, Brigsby, when you were in the chat. You weren't doing exactly like how I do it, because I think what you're doing is you were kind of just doing like that, and then back, and then that, and then back, and you were like moving it around to see if it... Like what you want to do is you put it upside down, and then you just keep it there. And then you look at the game, and you see, is it matching? Like, is the steering wheel exactly upside down on the game? And if it is, then that's the right rotation. So when you put your steering wheel at 900 degrees, when you have your Logitech, it's going to automatically make every car the correct steer lock, just automatically. So, like this Lamborghini has a 620 degree steering lock, for instance. When you put your steering wheel at 900 degrees, it's going to automatically just, when you're in the Lamborghini, it will automatically recalibrate it to 620 degrees. Then if I jump in a different car that has a different steering lock, I don't have to change anything in the settings, and it'll just automatically do that the same for that car. So that's why... So Brigsby, it's not actually 900. You only put it at 900 to tell the game, this is my maximum rotation that the steering wheel allows. Now it will know how to calibrate it to every individual car. You could do it the old way, where before ACC had this feature, you did have to like manually go in and make a different control scheme setting for each individual car, and then make each car the correct steer lock. But yeah, when you put it at 900, it will automatically adjust to each car. So you're not actually having a 900 degree steer lock. That's not the case. But anyways, I'm missing a lot of chat because I was scrolling up to see what I missed, and now I'm missing what's going on there. Whoa, what is going on? Oh gosh. My laptop's going crazy with the chat. So many bugs. Okay, let's see what I missed. Oh, you changed the rotation? Well, no, okay, yeah. Well, okay, Briggs, but I'm just saying, like, you do whatever you want to do, man, but I'm just saying it's not actually 900 degrees, and if it's at 270, you better check if it's matching the rotation on screen, dude. Like, go to where, and I can demonstrate this when I'm on PC. I can't demonstrate it on console, unfortunately, because I don't have a button to map to change the, yeah, like, go to where the steering wheel is visible on screen and just hold the steering wheel upside down. It should match. Like, I don't want to sound, like, rude when I say this, but it doesn't make any sense to map your steer lock to a setting where it doesn't match what's on screen in the game. Like, don't have it in this camera view. Don't have it in this camera view when you do it. Like, have it in a camera view where you can see the steering wheel, which I would just quickly change that camera view if I was on PC, but I don't have enough buttons on console to, map to do that. But you get what I'm saying, like, put the steering wheel upside down like this and just hold it there. Like, don't keep moving it, just hold it there, and then look at the screen and see if it's matching. Oh, okay, well, that's weird. Yeah, Risk, try it out. See, but yeah, I'm just telling you guys right now, it doesn't make any sense to have it at a way to where it doesn't match. Like, the most important thing is that it should match. Like, that's really the only reason you should be tampering with, Oh, Briggs is talking about GT7? Ah, okay. Oh, shoot. I am way too distracted right now.
20 seconds.
Whew, I almost got too distracted talking. Okay, setup should be good.
10 seconds.
So we're starting in P5. Yeah, sorry if I missed stuff in chat, guys.
Go in double file.
But yeah, the real test for me is I gotta try GT7 with the steering wheel and see if I get that dead zone in the center in GT7 as well, because I don't remember experiencing that on GT7. And what's interesting is that I really do think I did. I really think I remember experiencing that same issue when I have my G29 on console as well, which that's a steering wheel that's of course not using an adapter and is officially licensed for PS5. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, what are you doing, man? Who was that? I gotta mark him as crashy. Okay, we got, what is going on in the You're trying to rejoin before it's even clear. What are you doing? Okay, forget this race, man. The car's completely destroyed. I'm still used to the controls on PC. Now, we do have to finish a race for us to be able to mark people as crashy, but while I'm in the pits here, I will just quickly find out who to mark crashy. So, why is it only showing me? What the heck? Okay, there we go. This was an awful race, man. People are driving like idiots. Alright, so who was the first one? I think it was, yeah, this yellow BMW. So the number 6 car. I'll put that in my phone so I don't forget. There was more than one people that ideally I would want to mark as crashy, but they limited to just 2. So the number 6 car. And then let me put it back to me. He just turned across, and like let's see this right here. Like watch, as if I'm not even there. And then who's it? Now this one I'm not sure. I gotta watch the replay here to find out who caused this one. It could have been me. But let's see. That one here. Let me see. I think I gave him enough room. Yeah, I definitely gave him enough room. Look at how much room's on the right side, so that I would say that's his fault. Personally. And that's the number 11 car. And then there was the guy that didn't even wait for a safe rejoin. Like, dude, this race was a circus. Let's see, who's the guy that didn't wait for a safe rejoin, which would be right up here. He just, look at this, he tries to rejoin right away. Like, dude, wait until it's clear. And this was the number 1 car. Well, he should know better because he's a high elo. Honestly, I'm tempted to let it go at the red Ferrari and report both the BMWs, to be honest. Because I think the BMWs were a lot worse. Because if I can only pick 2, I would... But before I get too ahead of myself, I do have to finish this race to earn the right to... mark them as crashies, so let's go ahead and get back out there.
Fast cars approaching.
And let me guess, they're gonna mark me as crashy. They're gonna blame me. That's how it goes. Second race of the day is going pretty bad. Look, there's only 10 people left in here. So many rage quits. What is that, like half the grid gone? Okay, see you later, Brigsby. Thanks for stopping by, man. I don't think I had my pit limiter on. Hopefully I don't pick up a penalty. Yep, radar is the most important thing. Oh, I was looking at chat. Car shift light. What? I'm not sure what you mean, Risk. Oh, I turned my saturation down on purpose. I find that the saturation being turned down makes it look more realistic. So I think the default saturation's a bit too vibrant compared to real life, in my opinion. Oh, it went really wide. Okay, well. Definitely going to report, or not report, but mark those as crashy. I don't know, I gotta pick and choose though, because there's 3 of them. There's the bad rejoin, there's the Ferrari, and the yellow BMW, so there's 3 of them. But I did finish a race, so that should mean that I still can mark them as crashy, so let me go. I gotta wait for the results first, but so the number 1 car is the one who, and it looks like he didn't finish a race either. So this guy, Martinez, is the bad rejoin. And then another one that didn't finish, the number 11 car, is the one that turned into me, the Ferrari, and then the number 6 BMW also turned into me at the start. I think the bad rejoin is the worst one, though, because it's like, dude, just wait until the track is clear. So I think I'm definitely reporting the bad rejoin. Then I just gotta decide. I mean, to be honest, the BMW that turned into me at the start of the race is the only reason I ended up next to that Ferrari in the first place. So I'm kind of leaning towards marking both the BMWs as crashy, to be honest. So let me go to... Okay, the results are in. Definitely hurt my elo. It dropped 35 elo points off my rank. It's just not fair. Alright, so I'm going to mark Martinez as crashy. And, let me see, who's the, okay, in the number 6 BMW. She would be the guy who finished ahead of me. So, the P9 finisher, I'm going to mark him as crashy as well. The thing is, though, when you mark people as crashy on Simgrid Seasons, it doesn't really do much. I know I've said this on my last live stream. Jeff never... Is Jeff never realized? What? But yeah, the thing about marking people as crashy on Simgrid Seasons, it really doesn't do anything. Like, I've noticed, like, I watched a video where the founder of Simgrid Seasons was, like, explaining this, and according to him, the only consequence, really, that can happen from people being marked crashy is if they get marked crashy for 10 races in a row. So not just 10 races, not having 10 crashy votes, but being marked crashy for 10 races consecutively in a row is the only way they can get any sort of consequence. And if that happens, then they get a 50-minute timeout, and that's it. If you ask me, I think they need to be way more strict in that, because, dude, if someone's being marked crashy for 10 races in a row, then that's, like, really bad. And if they already did 10 races, they're probably done for the day anyways. So a 50-minute timeout is not going to do anything. And even if they're still racing in the day, they can still race, like, an hour later. So that's, I don't know. I feel like they need to do something a lot more strict. In my opinion, I feel like, let's say if you get marked crashy 3 races in a row, let's make that, like, I don't know. Let's make that at like a 30-minute timeout, right? And then if you get marked crashy for 5 races in a row, make that a 50-minute timeout. And then if you get marked crashy for 10 races in a row, I think that should be like a 3-day timeout. And then I think there should be something like if you have a certain ratio, like if you have 10 times the amount of crashy votes as you have clean votes, I think that should be like a 1-month ban or something like that. That's just my opinion. I think like they... Because, I mean, my gosh, man, for you to get marked crashy for 10 races in a row, you're just an absolute hazard for everyone. And then the only consequence you'll get is just a 50-minute timeout. So, I don't know. But anyways, the next race is starting soon. It's going to be at Barcelona. Yeah, that race was an absolute disaster. Hopefully Barcelona will go a little bit better. But yeah, I'm gonna on GT7 coming up soon, I'm going to test the force feedback on GT7 with this wheel, because I don't remember there being a... Because when I race on this ACC on console, I don't feel any force feedback when it's like here. I don't feel anything. But then once I get to about like here, that's where I start to feel force feedback. So it's like all the way from here to there, there's just nothing in like this area. And it's like a dead zone area. But I could swear I remember feeling that same exact issue when I was on the G29, which is officially licensed for ACC on console. So, I don't know. It hypothetically could be the adapter, though, so that's why the big test will be to try out GT7. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and just make sure I have the right file loaded for my Moza Pit House. Let me check that real quick. So I think I do. So I'm on my Moza Pit House app right now. Go to the preset library. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it did have the correct one loaded. Well, all right. So I'm just going to relax for like 1 minute, and then we're joining the Barcelona race, which I really hope this one's going to be a little bit cleaner, because my goodness, I got in 3 big wrecks and just halfway through the first lap. That was not good at all. So the number one car that had the bad rejoin, it looks like he has 10 clean votes and 4 crashy votes. And the number 6 car that turned into me has 9 clean votes and 3 crashy votes. Oh, I was right. Someone marked me as crashy. The yellow BMW that turned into me marked me as crashy, so go figure. Like, he turns into my car. I was all the way on the outside of the track. Where else am I supposed to go, dude? I can't give you any more room. And he turns into my car, but then he probably didn't even check the replay either and just marks me as crashy. But like I said, it's not going to do anything to me anyways, because, you know, I already explained how the system works, so I don't even care. All right. See what the server number is. That is kind of a system, though, where... Yeah, right, Andy? That is kind of a system, though, where, like, when two people get in a wreck, almost always, they just vote each other as crashy, and it just kind of cancels each other out. So it is kind of flawed in that way. Like, people really abuse the system. I remember there was one guy at Brands Hatch once that I passed him clean without even touching his car, and he got so upset about me passing him clean, he was such a sore loser, that he, like, cuts through the grass on the next corner to line up T-boning my car, just cut the whole corner to just purposely hit my car at full throttle, T-boning me. And then he marked me as crashy after that as well. And I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, that was the biggest example of someone abusing that system of marking people as crashy. Like, he did it out of spite just because he was, like, butthurt that I passed him clean. Anyways, I guess that guy just couldn't handle losing, so he just got, like, really angry at me for beating him in the race fair, and yeah. Anyways, let me see what the server number is, because it already has opened. Oh, no. Oh, this happens every stream, Luke! Come on! No, gosh. Oh, I gotta get in a better habit of this, man. I forgot to sign up for the race. You know what's happening? When I do my LFM live streams, I can sign up for every race without a membership or anything for free. I can sign up for every race of the day when the stream begins, so then I don't miss any races. I'm not used to this where I have to, like, after every race, I have to go and sign up for the next race. And another thing I'm noticing too is this always after I have a bad race, my mind is just going to, I need to watch a replay, I need to mark people as crashy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm always just preoccupied in that after I have a bad race. Like, that's what I'm like, I need to do that. And I just forget to sign up for the next race, and they have such a short window to do that. On LFM, not only do they have a much longer window to sign up for the next race, but the window opens a lot sooner too. Like, what I'm saying is the window in Simgrid Seasons closes a lot sooner and it opens a lot later too. So, like, I think you can only sign up for 2 races at a time unless if you get a membership. Where on LFM, you can sign up for, I think, like, the next 6 races unless you get a membership with them. So, when I do an LFM stream, I can sign up for virtually every race of the day ahead of time. So I'm just used to that. And it's just, you get in the habit of that, so it's hard to, like, remember, like, hey, I'm on Simgrid Seasons, I've got to sign up for the next race over and over. Like, it's a very repetitive process to, like, sign up for the next race after each race, and when I'm so used to LFM, I just forget to do that. So I'm probably going to get a lot of people tuning out of the stream now, because, like, we're going to have a big gap of no racing now. Yep, there's already 2 people that just left the stream. Luke, why do you do this? I'm mad at myself, guys. I'm so sorry. So sorry. This is, like, kind of a meme where this happens to me every time I live stream Simgrid Seasons. But while we're still here, I guess we can sign up for the next race, which isn't until 24 minutes from now, and it'll be another Laguna Seca race. Oh, and when I started this live stream, I started to tell you guys this, but my microphone was not having the audio go through, and I didn't know this, but when the audio is not going through my microphone, I'm so sick of getting punted on GT7 for passing clean. Yeah, it happens on GT7 a lot, Andy, I feel you. That's, like, one of many reasons why I don't play GT7 much anymore. But anyways, as I was saying, when I started my live stream, I didn't know that my microphone the audio was not going through. I didn't know that. But when my audio was not going through my microphone, I was saying that I won't be streaming for long today because I'm in just so much pain. So I got to listen to my body. So unfortunately, with me missing a race, I don't really, like, it's going to be a short stream today. So missing a race here is like a lot more damaging to the stream than missing a race when I'm doing a long stream. So, I mean, I'm not going to be doing a long stream today anyways. So, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. This happens like once or twice, like every Simgrid season stream I do. It's not your guys' fault. It's my fault. But if you guys, well, then again, you guys can't know. You guys can't know if I'm signing up for the next race or not because I'm doing it on my phone. So I was about to say something like, if you guys realize I'm not signing up for the next race, like give me a shout or something. But you guys can't even know because I'm signing up for the races on my phone. So I don't know. But while I'm here, I'll go ahead and sign up for the next race. It should be Laguna Seca again. And we will stream Simgrid seasons again probably on Sunday. No promises, no guarantees. But if I live stream Simgrid seasons again, I'm going to try to be so much better at this and be a lot better at not missing signing up for races. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll sign up for a few more. So I just signed up for a Laguna Seca race that begins in about half an hour. And that's going to be the next race, unfortunately. Again, I'm so sorry, guys. Totally space it there. And yeah, like I've noticed a pattern is whenever I never miss signing up for a race when I have a good race. It's always when I have a bad race and I get taken out by like multiple people on the same race, that's when, like, that's all I can think about after that race is over. And I just forget to sign up for the next race. Cause I mean, when I have a bad race, I'm just like, oh, I got to figure out who hit me. I got to know who to mark crashy. I got to watch the replay. And that's always when I, realize after I do all that, I'm like, oh wait, I forgot to sign up for the next race. You might be doing the mini endurance on Sunday. Nice. Well, let me see if I can sign up for, we got one at 4:45 my time as well. So that one will be Barcelona. But I am missing one of the Barcelona races. That's a shame. Okay, so at least I'm signing up for these ones ahead of time. I do really wish that Simgrid seasons would let you sign up for more races without a membership. They are kind of greedy in that way, because, like I said, with LFM, you can sign up for, I think 6 races in a row without having a membership, where I think on Simgrid it's only 2 races you can sign up for without having a membership. So... Alright, so yeah, that's all I can sign up for now, is just the next 2, which we don't have a race beginning until half an hour from now, so let me check and see what public lobbies are up. We might be able to find one in the meantime, but I do got to set a timer. So the next one's going to be, well, actually, sooner than I thought. So we have, I'll set a timer for 19 minutes. I highly doubt we're going to find a public lobby that will work for us in that meantime. At least it's giving us a short break from racing, I guess, but I didn't really need a break right now. Fast lines and slow times. What are you trying to say about me, Boggs? Ouch. All right. Well, I just set a timer. Okay. Well, let's refresh the list and let's see if there's any public lobby we can do that will work. I highly doubt it. So far, I'm not seeing any of them that will fit the schedule right now, which is to be expected. This one actually might work. Nürburgring, there's only 5 of them in there, though.
Green light, show them what you...
Actually, you know what? Now that I have some time, actually, let me do something real quick. I'm going to go to GT7. and I'm going to see if I do get that dead zone and the force feedback in the center of my wheel on GT7. So I'm going to load my GT7 force feedback file on the Moza Pit House software. Okay, so I do have the GT7 force feedback file loaded in. All right. And let's see what we're going to use to test this out. All right, so what track am I going to use to test the dead zone of the force feedback? Let's just go to Barcelona, and for what car I use, let's want to have something that should have like kind of high force feedback, because that'll be the best way to test it. So I know these LMP cars have a lot of force feedback. People that are just tuning into the live stream are probably going to be so confused on why I'm in GT7 right now. Like, they have no idea that I missed the sign up of a race. And I'm only testing the force feedback here because I'm so curious on whether that dead zone is due to an adapter or due to the adapter. I don't know why I said an adapter. Is due to the adapter, or whether it's due to just the game file in ACC on console. When you guys see me leaning way down like this and I'm messing with something on the floor, what I'm doing is I'm changing the force feedback intensity on my adapter. They have like different levels, like level 1, 2, 3, like stuff like that. Anyways, let me find out here if I get the dead zone in GT7 as well. No, there's absolutely no dead zone on GT7, so that confirms, actually. Risk, if you're still here, I think I messaged you on Discord the other night saying, you know, there's a possibility that that dead zone might be because of the adapter. Well, right here, I just tested out, and dude, there is no dead zone whatsoever in GT7. And like I've said in the past, like when people ask me, like, oh, like when people say, well, it's because you're using an adapter, that's why the force feedback's so bad on ACC on console, like, dude, I'm testing it right here. You guys gotta take my word for this. I promise I'm not lying. I'm noticing no dead zone at all. Using the same adapter, like I've said in the past, the force feedback on GT7 feels awesome. So, yeah. So, Risk, I actually was wrong when I hypothesized it, like, well, the dead zone could be because of the adapter. That's actually not true. So, yeah, so that there you have it, guys. Using the adapter does not really put you at any disadvantage if you have a Moza wheel. The adapter does nothing wrong. It's not the adapter. It's really just the fact that the force feedback on console and ACC just sucks. Like, it's just so much better on a PC. Well, I didn't have to test it for long here either. Like, I noticed it right away. Like, I was just moving it around at, like, the center, and oh, you can definitely feel it. So I'm like, yeah. Like, the force feedback feels awesome on GT7. So if it was the adapter, then... Because I'm using the same adapter, and it feels fine on Gran Turismo 7. So if it was the adapter, then it would also have that dead zone here as well, which it doesn't. So... yeah, it's definitely just a fact that I felt the same way when I had my Logitech G29, is that I just feel like the force feedback is pretty bad on console and ACC compared to PC. It's different altogether. No matter what equipment you're using, the force feedback's just going to be like way better on PC than console. So, yeah. Well, Risk, I don't want to change car setup though, because that impacts how the car handles. So, I don't want to change that. But, yep, that's... No, dude, I don't want to change how the car handles, because, like, another thing is the wheel rates can change how much force feedback you get, but stuff like that, that's just changing, like, how much force feedback you feel. It's not going to do anything about, like, the dead zone of the center or anything like that. There's only one track where I do run a high caster, and that's Valencia, but again, that stuff is car setup. I don't want to change car setup because of force feedback, because that's going to impact how the car handles, and I don't want to change that. Because changing your caster and the car setup can influence how much the car rotates on throttle versus how much the car rotates off throttle. Same thing with like the differential and stuff like that, but changing the car setup is not something I want to do, because I already have the car setup exactly where I want it to be, but just because I do run... Oh, I didn't transfer my setup from PC to Valencia yet. I think I have the time to right now, though. Yeah, I got 11 minutes, so this won't be the most entertaining thing for you guys to watch. And I also only have a base setup at Valencia. I don't even have a Motec setup made at Valencia, but that's irrelevant. Right here, we're just testing out the caster, but let me transfer at least what I have on PC right now. It's still a work in progress setup, but I'll start up ACC on my PC. Now, you guys might be hearing two different games going on at the same time through my headset, so this might sound kind of jarring, but this is what I do whenever I transfer setup. So, alright. I'm going to start up. I'm starting up ACC on my PC right now. Did they rewrite a lot of the files for ACC to put on console? So, okay. I've tried to explain this a lot of times on stream, so I might be sounding like a broken record for people that have heard me like talk about this a lot, but Andy, the best way I can try to explain it is, let me put it this way. People that are on PC, right? When they play iRacing, obviously the force feedback on iRacing is going to feel way different than the force feedback on ACC. And then the force feedback on R Factor 2 is going to feel a lot different than the force feedback on ACC or iRacing. They're all completely separate games, so the force feedback is going to be vastly different because they're different games altogether. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like the force feedback between ACC and iRacing. It's not like ACC uses the exact same force feedback as iRacing, but just with more detail or stuff like that. Like, that's not the case, right? Because they're two completely separate games, so they're coded a lot differently. Like, the coding for the force feedback in the game files is completely different, right? Because it's iRacing versus ACC versus R Factor 2. Those different games have completely different coding altogether for the force feedback. That is the case between ACC on console and ACC on PC, and this has been confirmed. This is not just something that I am speculating on. It's literally been confirmed. I've watched other YouTube videos that talk about this. It's not just a theory. It's been literally confirmed, which is very strange. I think part of why they might do that on the console port is like hardware limitations. I don't really know. But you'd think that they would use the same file for the force feedback and just have it like maybe not as detailed and not as smooth on console and that be it. But the thing is, not only is it not as smooth on console and not as detailed, like, yes, on console it feels more robotic, more clunky, a lot less smooth, but at the same time, on console, on ACC, it's literally a completely different file for the coding altogether. So it's literally as if it's a completely different game from ACC on the force feedback. But with that being said, thankfully, the coding for the physics of what's going on with the car and the handling is the exact same. So there's nothing different with the physics. But it's the force feedback that just really throws you off when you try to go back and forth between them. Really? Was done by a different studio? Well, that's odd, but that's odd then how, like, it's the same, like, the graphics are the same, just a little bit less detailed and less, you know, a little bit less good graphics, but the graphics are still the same. Like, you're still seeing the same game. The laser scanning for the tracks is still the same. The driving physics are the exact same, you know, stuff like that. But, like, when it gets to the force feedback, it's just, like, completely different. It's really weird. But I'll say this, when I only played ACC on console, before I ever owned a PC, and I played ACC on console for like a year or so, I thought it was like so awesome. I was like, oh, the force feedback on this is like the best force feedback I've ever felt. I think PC has spoiled me. Because like when you try the force feedback on PC on ACC, it's just like, whoa, this is way better. But then again, like people that are on PC only and don't have console, they think the force feedback on ACC on PC sucks. And they say like, oh, the force feedback on R Factor 2 is way better. Honestly, I agree with that too. So there's always a bigger fish, you know? There's always a bigger fish. So you can get spoiled with force feedback like on any different game. But anyways. A different studio and team. Yeah, that's I didn't know that. But anyways, okay, I'm going to launch Valencia on PC, and I want to transfer this kind of fast so that I have at least some time to test this out, because the Laguna Seca race on console is going to start in like about 7 or 8 minutes from now. Yeah, I'm going. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I just launched Valencia on my PC. Now you're probably going to hear two games going on at the same time through my headset now, so this is where it's going to sound a little jarring. But anyways, I will go ahead. Well, let me have my headset charging in the meantime, so my headset doesn't get super low on battery. And now, this is always a little tedious, because I just flip back and forth between the inputs of my TV, and I just copy the setup over. So, again, this is not a finished setup. This is a work in progress, so it's still kind of like a base setup for Valencia. But I do run my caster at 13.8 at Valencia, which is not the maximum, but it's pretty high. So it's obviously going to feel different, but okay, I think I have them open on both now, so let me go to the setup page on Valencia on console. Yeah, these are really old setups. Look at this. The most recent setups I've made on Valencia from console are 2023. Trust me, once I get my Motec setup in here, these are all going to go. They've got to go. They're going to get erased. But let me open like one of my really old setups, and look at this. My brake bias is too high. My dampers are probably not even close to where they should be. I mean, this setup isn't too bad, actually, but it's still, like, not exactly where I'd have it. But this is one of the more recent setups compared to, like, what I've made in the past. I already know I want to turn TC2 here down to 1 instead of 2. I usually don't run TC2 at any track, but Valencia is one of those where I actually do. Okay, now let me look at what I have on PC and compare. So I used to run MaxCaster here, actually, but that's since changed. But just for the sake of this test, I'll leave it on MaxCaster. Okay, so 14 and then 05 on the toes. So, yeah, that's obviously changed. So 14. Okay, the rear toe is still the same. I think that's the same on the electronics. Let me check on the PC. PC, it is. Yep, it's the same. So let me go to mechanical grip on the PC. Sway bars is 4.5, diff is 60. Diff is 60, and then let me check the brake bias and the wheel rates. Changing back to PC, so the brake bias is 56.4, wheel rates is 1916. Okay, it's 56.4. Okay, and the wheel rates have stayed the same. And then hang on a second. Okay, never mind. Actually, yeah, I was on the wrong base setup on PC, so... Yeah, the wheel rate should be 1415. It should be 14 on the front bump stop range. And again, this is a work in progress setup, guys, so don't think, if you guys are, like, writing this down while you're watching the stream to, like, copy it, don't think you're copying a, oh, you gotta charge your tablet? Alright, see you, Graham. Thanks for stopping by, man. Don't think you're copying a, finished setup here, guys. This is definitely a work in progress. Alright. By the time I copy this over, though, it'll be time for the, next race. Like, it's hard to copy setups over very quickly. Okay, so on PC, let me check the dampers now. We got 020. Okay. I think that's correct. You double check on PC real quick. Yep, that's right. And then the rear dampers are 8205. Okay. Okay, and then all I gotta change now is just the arrow. Okay, Andy, thanks for stopping by, man. See ya. Take care, man. Then on the arrow, it is, I think, all the same, actually. Yep, arrow didn't change. Alright, so... This is a base setup, it's not a finished product. But now let's just change the tire pressures a little bit. We're only going to be able to do like one lap to test this too. Actually, I might not even have time because I have to close ACC on my PC now. So let me go back to PC, close the game. And I also have to load my ACC force feedback file on Moza Pithouse again. And my timer just went off. Yep, so we... Sorry, guys. We don't have enough time to do that test. So I'm closing ACC on my PC. I figured this might happen because, guys, it's a timely process to transfer setups from... PC onto console, so I kind of just wasted my time there. I wasn't able to do that in time, especially while live streaming. When I'm not live streaming, I can, because when I'm live streaming, I'm also watching the chat at the same time to make sure I'm still interacting with you guys, but when I'm off stream, I can transfer setups faster, but, okay. So, back to the PS5. I'm just going to save this. I don't even know what. Don't want to be late for the race. Tire pressures might not be correct on that at all. But oh well. Okay, and now I got to, now I have to load the correct force feedback file on my Moza Pithouse app again, because we were just on GT7. So now I got my ACC file loaded in again. But I'm glad I did that test with GT7 though, because that does confirm, and I'm actually kind of relieved to see that I'm not at a disadvantage being on my Moza wheel on console, because that GT7 test literally did just confirm that there's no dead zone at all in the center on GT7. So, it's not my adapter, it's literally the game itself. Alright. But now we have to... Tires app on because we're going to be in the Nissan. Go to multiplayer and then... Okay, Nissan still is loaded in. And let's see what the server name is. Well, at least we're going to be racing again. So 66756.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Gonna have my stream open on my phone as well. All right, so we're finally back racing. Apologies, guys, for missing last race at Barcelona. It's a shame. I gotta be more careful of signing up for the races on time. But Risk, I gotta get practicing. You know what? I might try what Graham recommended, though. I might try it. Let me... Obviously, I'm never going to get it as good as PC, but, I can... Graham said to try it on 10%. I'm just hoping it won't feel... I mean, then again, though, I did say this force feedback and the Nissan did feel too light, so this might not matter, but, yeah, okay, Risk, I'll sign up for the next. Alright. I'm signing for one more, which would be Watkins Glen, and then, after that, I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's gonna be a short stream.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Okay. So I'm signed up for this one, and then, so this one here, then Barcelona, then Watkins Glen, and then, after that, it's a wrap. So we got 3 more races of the stream to go. Imola on, is that the endurance thing? Here, let me just try that minimum force difference now. Hey Paul, how's it going, man? Alright, so I'm gonna try this minimum force and see if it makes a difference at all. See, it just feels a lot stronger now, though. It's... Yeah, I'm still getting the same exact problem, but yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. It's kind of like hurting me now to where it's too strong at that, so I'm still gonna leave it at 8. It's because that made the force feedback feel a lot stronger on like the outside too. So I wish there was a way to just like make it to where you're only making the force feedback stronger in the center of the steering. But I mean, you can't do that because that's like just how the force feedback's coded. All right.
30 seconds.
Well, see, the force feedback's like too high at when the steering wheel's like turned out more. The force feedback is too strong already. I have my road effects turned up way more high already than I do on PC. I mean, I guess I might turn it up even more, but I'll like experiment with that later. Well, yeah, Juan, but I don't get this problem with the GTR on PC, and I also don't. I also experience this same issue in the Lamborghini or whatever car I drive on console. All right. Nice to see you in here, by the way, Juan. How's it going, man? Alright, I'm hoping this will be a clean race. My brake pedal is catching a lot.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, somebody lost connection. Oh, he's back.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, nice one. Podiums. Hey, Ruthless, how's it going? Yeah, I hear you, Risk. GT4s are really fun. No, it's not as much him being fast, it's me being slow. My lap times suffer a lot on console. On PC, I'm like 3 seconds faster than this. I knew that was coming. Knew it was only a matter of time. Thank you, Paul. I wouldn't say no on Juan. Come on, man, that's the second time you've rear-ended me.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
It depends on what time of day you sign up for it on LFM.
Keep pushing.
Like, I've seen some very good grid sizes on GT4, but it's only at certain times of the day, unfortunately.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I think he's gonna get me here. Oh, he didn't? Wow. I mean, I was pretty vulnerable there.
Losing time to the car.
I don't know how I held on to it.
Brother main, this is being crucified.
Yeah, I feel you, Juan.
Falling behind the car.
About the GT Force.
Well on lane, crossing fastest now. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He might get me, maybe.
Right. Clear on the right.
That was a close one.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Leaders at 5 left.
What are you doing? That's the 4th time you've hit me this race.
Leader has finished the race.
All right.
Right lane racing.
You know something though? That guy did,
Take it easy.
every time although he did hit my car 4 times, but the thing is, every time he would hit me, he would wait. He would, he was not gaining a position off of the contact. So, because of that, I'm not going to mark him as crashy, even though he did hit me a lot of times, because that makes all the difference to me. If you wait after contact, or if you preserve the position and you don't, he wasn't trying to capitalize off contact. Like, anytime he would hit me, he would back way off. So because of that, I'm not going to mark him as crashy. But yeah, I'm still able to be a lot quicker on PC. The thing is, though, on PC, normally I have force feedback. Normally I have haptic feedback through my pedals as well. Obviously on console I can't get that, but on PC that's been malfunctioning a lot, so that's just so annoying. But right now too, my brake pedal's catching a lot, so I gotta lubricate my brake pedal. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. But yeah, because he was waiting after contact, I'm not gonna, yeah, exactly, Paul. That's why I am registered for all the rest of the races today this time, so we are good on that now. I love it though, Jeff. I love that you're trying to like keep me accountable on that. That's awesome. But yeah, it sucks that I'm getting that issue with the haptic feedback motors and my Fanatec pedals. Well, that reminds me. I know on another live stream I was telling you guys, like, oh, I know so many people with Moza equipment, they've never had any issues, and everyone I've known with Fanatec products always has issues. That actually changed recently. I have come across the first person to ever have an issue with the Moza wheel that I noticed. 'Cause I was watching a live stream. He had a Moza KS wheel, and I think he said that his Moza wheel, and this was on PC, this is not on ACC console, but what's interesting is that on PC, he said that his KS wheel was experiencing a dead zone in the center of force feedback. Now, I've not heard anyone else with the Moza wheel experience that, so, but, hey, I mean, we're being fair here, we're being honest. It's the first time I've heard, lube makes a big difference. That's the first time I've heard someone with a Moza wheel have issues, though. So, for the most part, I mean, yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard an issue someone had with the Moza wheels. So, for the most part, Moza wheels seem to be very reliable. But I still will say, like, I might get some hate for saying this because people really defend Fanatec so hard. Like, Fanatec's like iRacing. It's one of those things in sim racing where they're supposed to be like sacred and you can't say anything negative about them. So, like, when I criticize iRacing, people get so upset with me. Like, they're like, how dare you criticize iRacing? But then also, when I criticize Fanatec equipment, people also get really upset. So I know I'm going to upset some people by saying this, but it's just my observations. Most people, if not all people that have owned Fanatec products, do come across like multiple issues with them. I've already sent these pedals in for a separate issue to get fixed in the past, and Fanatec did fix them, to be fair. But that was a separate issue I had with the pedals in the past. Now I'm having an issue with the haptic feedback motors of the pedals when I'm on PC with them. So I don't know, man. These Fanatec pedals are just giving me multiple issues, and I've not even used them for like... I've used these pedals for just a little over a year, so they're still pretty new. Like, it's I don't know. I'm just not happy with them because they're giving me all sorts of issues. But, yeah, I've had zero issues with my Moza wheel so far, but I mean, if I did, that would be really bad because I've only used this Moza wheel for a little over a month now, so it's very new. But yeah, okay, next race is going to be Barcelona, and that begins in 5 minutes. I guess we can get a couple warm-up laps in single player, so we're going to head over to Barcelona. We can turn the tires up off. But yeah, I think if I end up getting different pedals, because these Fanatec pedals are having a lot of issues, if I end up getting different pedals, I really have my eyes on the new Moza CRP2 pedals. I mean, dude, active pedals for the same price as these Fanatec pedals seems like way too good to be true. Yeah, that's what I have, Juan. I have the V3 Fanatec V3 pedals. Oh, dude, I totally understand you, Juan. Like, that's how I'm feeling, because I'm just getting tired of issues with Fanatec equipment. I almost went with a Fanatec steering wheel, too. I had a Fanatec steering wheel. I didn't even use it because when I had my Fanatec steering wheel, I tried out the paddle shifters, and I didn't like how they felt at all, which that just comes down to preference. That's not anything that's, like, wrong with the equipment. It's not anything that's wrong with the steering wheel. It's just my personal preference. I prefer to have a little bit more slack. These have the perfect amount of stiffness and throw to them. I feel like these paddle shifters are not too loose, not too stiff. They're just perfect. Like, it is very satisfying. But every review I've watched, and this is part of why I decided to go with Moza instead, is because when I was like, oh, I don't like how these paddle shifters feel on the Fanatec wheel that I had in person. So I was paying really close attention to every review I watched, and I was watching reviews of like SimMagic, SimiCube, Acetec, Moza, like all these different brands, even the Logitech Pro, and I was trying to like focus a lot on what people were saying in the reviews on how the paddle shifters felt, because that was like the big complaint I had with the Fanatec wheel before I even used it. So I never even plugged it into my PC before I was like, no, this is out of here. Like the paddle shifters were way too stiff for me on the Fanatec wheel for my preference. They just felt really clunky. Like it was like, like they were really stiff. Where this has a good amount of throw to them, but they're not loose either. They're just, oh, it's so nice. And like basically every review I watched of Moza wheels, they were all saying that the paddle shifters just feel amazing. So I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna go with this. And then yeah, as soon as I got this in my hands in person, like the first thing I did is try out the paddle shifters, and I was just like, oh, like it's just so nice. Oh, you have a SimMagic. Is it the Alpha Mini? I've heard that you can actually get Moza wheels to work on any wheelbase. They have a thing called a Moza Universal Hub, and it's supposed to convert a Moza wheel to work on any wheelbase. So like what some people do is they'll have like the Simmagic Alpha Mini, or they'll have like a Fanatec Clubsport DD Plus with all these different wheelbases from other brands, and then they'll get their Moza steering wheel to work on those wheelbases if they prefer like the force feedback of the other brands. But I have also heard that Moza's completely redoing their force feedback very soon. They're calling it Force Feedback 3.0. It's going to be a software update to the Moza wheelbases across the board, and it's apparently supposed to make everything in the force feedback filter. I love how I loaded in a single player session to get some practice in, and all it's doing the whole time is blah, 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 blah. That's when you know you're watching a Journal Luke on YouTube, is when I just can't shut up. Like, I ramble and talk way too much. It's called the Sigma Cortex. Oh, the thing to make Simmagic wheels work on different wheelbases. Yeah, I know that Jardier, he used a Simmagic wheel on his Fanatec wheelbase for a while, and then he just full-on switched to Simmagic, because now I have never used the force feedback on any direct drive wheel except for Moza. I want to make that clear before I say what I'm about to say. So I don't have any hands-on personal experience with like actually feeling the force feedback of any other direct drive wheel, because I sold my Fanatec wheel before I even tried it on PC. I mean, but from what I've heard from other people and what I've heard from reviews, from the research I've done, it seems like the best force feedback in direct drive wheels right now is with Simmagic. It seems like the people that are saying like this is the ultimate force feedback right now, it seems like the way to go to get the best force feedback is with Simmagic. And I think like Fanatec's not too far behind them, but from what I hear, Simmagic has the best force feedback right now. But it's going to be really interesting for me to try out the new force feedback with Moza. There's been a couple really popular YouTubers that got early access to it, so it's still in the beta with Moza right now, but they did give the beta file to some really popular YouTubers like, what is his name? Boosted Media. He was one of the people that was able to try it ahead of time, and I'm just going off of what Boosted Media says, and this is a guy that's really not biased. He was actually really critical of Moza in the past, so he definitely doesn't have a bias at all. And according to him, he said that the new Moza force feedback makes it right up there with those other brands now, with like Fanatec and Simicube and stuff like that. That's what he said. So I'm like, wow, okay. Because people right now with like Moza's current force feedback, they criticize it, and like people say it's not as good as like Fanatec, and it's not as good as Simicube and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to try it. It seems like Moza's really stepped their game up. If you don't want to spend insane amounts of money, you can use it on console as well. Yes, I've seen that Simmagic works with the same adapter that I'm using to get my Moza wheel to work. This same adapter has Simmagic on it as well. Okay, let me see what, because we're going to be late to this race. Let me see what server number we are looking for. We are looking for 66756. No, that's the... Okay, I got to refresh the page. I was like, wait a second. Oh, come on. Actually refresh. Why is it not... Oh, because I didn't click on the right thing. Come on, Luke. 67778. There we go. How do you like your Simmagic wheels, Juan? Have money, go for Simicube. They seem really expensive. So the Simicube pedals, though, those active pedals from Simicube, they're over $3,000. You see, the new Moza active pedals are using the same technology for them to be like active pedals, and people that review it, they've said it feels no different than the Simicube active pedals. And it's like, you're talking $400 US compared to over $3,000 US. Dude, that is insane. That is insane. You tried Simicube and iRacing? The pedals or the wheel, Risk? Or both? Oh, look at this. I got some really old setups in here. Let me have a good laugh. And let me look at my really old setup I had in here. So, camber is not where it should be. The camber's not the max, or even close to the max. Very safe tow. Look at this. Positive 18 on the rear. I'm just having a laugh looking at one of my old setups. Look at that brake bias. Oh, yuck. 60.8. And 50 on the bump stop range in the back. See, I didn't have the car control back then. This is really old. This is like a year ago when I made these setups. So, like, yeah, my car control still is pretty crap. So I ran my bump stop range really safe in the rear. The more you have your bump stop range open in the rear, the more safe it'll be. The more you have the bump stop range closed in the front will make it more safe. If you want it to be aggressive, you do the other way around. Yeah, my diff was pretty high. Look at this. I have a stiffer front anti-roll bar than the rear. My fast dampers were not anywhere near where they should be. Look at this. I was using a neutral rake with a raised front ride height of, I think, 2 clicks. No, 1 click still, though. Rooming of 8. Now, let me see how different my Motec setup is. So, right away, you see the dampers are a lot better. Minimum front ride height, a lot more aggressive rake. Like, we're talking about a neutral rake versus a rake of, like, 54 to 71. And, brake bias of 56.6 instead of 60.8. Okay, so I still have a silver front bar than the rear, but it's a lot closer to being neutral. Diff is a lot more opened up. Bumps off range from 50 to 34 in the rear. And then, yeah, the camber's a lot closer to max. Not quite at the max, but a lot closer. And then the tow was, what was it, like positive 18 in the rear, and now it's positive positive 0.06 instead of 0.18 in the rear. So yeah, I've gotten a lot more aggressive with my setups. Okay, what temperature difference do we have? I'm just gonna do 3 more clicks. There we go. And then move the fuel to 23. I do have a micro center near me. So the thing is, I have to have my setup so specific for my TOS, the health condition. So, like, I have my brake pedal modified to be a lot... Oh, see, Jeff, thanks for stopping by, man. Take care. Have a good day, man. I was so happy to see you in here today. Yeah, so I do have a micro center near me. But yeah, like, I have customized my brake pedal to be really soft. Also, I can't run, like, really high force feedback, but I know I can, like, I guess, like, technically I can change it in the game and everything, but I don't know, man. I'd be a little bit nervous to try it out, like, in the display.
30 seconds.
But maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I can at least try out the paddle shifters and stuff. And just hold the wheels and see if they're comfortable to hold. I'm in a lot of pain, guys. This is why I'm doing a short stream today. So we're just doing this race and then the next one, and then we're calling it a day. So I'm just in way too much pain. I've got to listen to my body. Speaking of the TOS. What's with the small grids today, though, man? Only 13 people in here again. Uh-oh. I think I forgot to turn the force feedback back down to 7 on my... Oh no, it is at 7, okay. It is at 7. It just felt a lot more stiff for whatever reason. Here we go!
Green light. Go, go, go.
What are you doing, man?
Clear on the right.
People are being so weird already.
Clear on the right.
What is going on?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Who won? I don't know who won the race. I wasn't paying attention to that. Like, you mean first place? I have no idea. Oh, that's why. You have Lamar. Yeah, I don't care much for sports too, outside of obviously racing. But I kind of follow bodybuilding still, even though I don't participate in it anymore. Yeah, I feel you, Paul. Yeah, Juan, I know. I go more by audio anyways. Man, my lap times suck right now. These lap times are so bad. Alright, see you, Juan. It was fun hanging out with you today, man. I should be on the 44 lap times, just to, because you guys keep hearing me say, oh, my lap times suck, but just to give you a reference, I should be in the 44s. I'm in the 47s. That's very wide. Yeah, I hear you, Paul. But at the same time, I've gotten, like 45s here in console in the past. So I'm just off right now, I really am. But when I did get the, 45 lap times on console, that's when it was all I played was on console, so I was a lot more used to it than PC. Oh, no worries, Risk. That's wide. That's wheel spin. Okay, so I'm going to save the replay to see, now I am already signed up for the next race, but there was a couple people that I might want to mark as crashy in the beginning of the race, because they just took me out for no reason at all. So, let me save the replay. And we'll figure out who I should mark as crashy. Let's watch that replay. I am signed up for the next race, guys. Whoops. Alright, we're gonna put it at the beginning of the race. And then, yeah, this guy made no sense. Like, look. Oops. Watch this blue BMW. Like, dude, that whole time you couldn't tell that you were gonna rear end me and you didn't lift off or anything? Like, what were you doing? Like, watch, if we go in the driving view from his perspective. Like, watch this. He just continues to go straight into me at full throttle. Like what the heck, man? Just, when you get that close to a car in front of you at the start of the race, just lift a little bit. Like, that was ridiculous. And because of that, he caused a mass crash because he ricocheted off my car. And that also sent me into the wall, I think. Like, let me put it back to me. Yeah, I think it sent me into the wall. Well, no, it was this car who just randomly hit me into the wall. So that guy's way worse. Let me see who that was. It was a number 5 car. Yeah, what did he do? Let me... He just turns across if not there, right? Well, he got rear-ended by someone else, too. So he kind of got influenced by the BMW, but I don't know. I don't think the BMW... So the blue BMW strikes him right there. Now, he did just get hit by the BMW, so that does change the angle of his car, but I think... Yeah, he should have been able to still turn away from me. So I don't know. Hang on, let me see his steering inputs. Let's put it in the inside of his car to where we can see his steering wheel. Now let me watch it. So we can see his steering wheel now. Hey Pierre, how's it going, man? Practice sending it. It's difficult to tell. Let me watch it one more time. So he gets hit right there, and then yeah, he still could have turned away from me. He still could have turned away from me. So I don't know. I think the biggest person to mark crashy, if I'm going to mark anyone as crashy, it will be this guy, the number 6 car. Because, like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, what are you... You took out so many people on the race start, too. So I doubt I'm going to be the only one that marks him as crashy. But then I might only mark him as crashy because the other Ferrari kind of got knocked into me by this guy. So then let's see who was a guy that I had a good battle with at the end, because he actually kept it really clean. It was this guy, the number 9 car. So I'm gonna mark number 9. Oh, if you guys know GTA San Andreas Big Smoke, number 9. So I'm gonna mark the number 9 Lodge as clean, and and I'm gonna mark, what was it, the number 6 car, I believe, as crashy. So yeah, I got a 6th place finish there. Okay, and the results, let's see. There's a number 6. I'm gonna mark him as crashy. Okay, and then the number 9 car. I'm going to mark him as clean. All right, there we go. Well, guys, now we're just getting ready for the last race of the day, which will be at Watkins Glen. But before I do the Watkins Glen race, I'm just going to quickly use the restroom. So I'll be right back. Okie dokes. So the server should be going up right now or really soon. This is going to be the last race of the day because, guys, I'm in a lot of pain. So, unfortunately, I can't stream for too long today. Sorry, guys, but yeah, I'm in so much pain right now. It's not fun. All right. I don't look like I am, but I'm very good at hiding it when I'm in physical pain. So sometimes people just can't even tell. All right. Because like on the inside I'm just like, oh, or like think of that song Angel of Death by Slayer. Like when that first scream opens up, like that's me on the inside right now. All right, let's see server info 44762. 769. No, 62. I've noticed the Watkins Glen races have a decent sized grid, so everyone just wants to do nothing but Watkins. They have something against Barcelona and Laguna Seca, I guess. I enjoy all three of these tracks, personally. Alright. So I have the second highest elo in this one, so I think that's going to make me starting in the front row at least, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold on to that front row for very long, because this is officially my weakest track on ACC. There is no other track that I'm weaker at. I suck at Watkins Glen, guys. Watkins Glen, I have a massive skill issue here. So I'm going to get eaten alive in this race, but hey, I'll say this, Watkins is a very fun track. Although I suck at it, it's still very fun. Like I don't judge which tracks are my favorite or least favorite based off like which tracks I'm good at or bad at. I actually just judge which tracks I like or dislike based off like how fun they are in general, despite how good I am or skilled I am at those tracks, if that makes sense. I think I've tried that in the past, it didn't work. I might try it again in a future stream, though. I can't try it anymore in this stream, though, because this is going to be the last race of the day. I'll try it again in a future stream, though, but I don't think it worked last time I tried it. But yeah, I'll try it again in a future stream. Where's the highest elo driver? Oh, he's parked. Okay, let's watch Jackson. Listen to that transmission line. I think there's a better sounding transmission line in the Porsche Cup car too, rather than their car they use for GT3 series. I wonder which cars are like... I think there's probably a very balanced BOP at Watkins. Like, I feel like there's not many cars that would dominate at Watkins. I feel like it's kind of a balanced track. I do think top-end speed matters a little bit more than acceleration at Watkins, though. And braking isn't super important here, so like the Nissan GTR and the Mustang both have amazing brakes, but I don't think you'd be at a huge advantage for braking at Watkins. Okay, I'll try it after this race then, here. Well, at least we got 18 people in this one. I think we had 13 people in the last race, but it quickly turned into like 9 or 10 people because that idiot blue BMW in the start of the Barcelona race just took out half the grid, and we got a lot of rage quits right after that. I did mark that guy as crashy because, I mean, come on, man, you wiped out like 6 people right when the race started. Mustang is good everywhere. I don't know. I feel like there's some tracks that the Mustang would suffer at a little bit. Well, it also depends on what BOP it is, Paul, because I know with the LFM BOP, there's some tracks that they have severely nerfed the Mustang. Because I learned that I was using the Mustang at Spa and LFM earlier this week, because when I use the regular BOP from the game, I easily get like 217s and 218s at Spa in the Mustang. And then with the regular BOP in the Lamborghini at Spa, I have to like really struggle and try hard to get in the 218s in the Lamborghini. I can, but I have to try really hard. And I normally average 219s in the Lamborghini at Spa otherwise. But then on the LFM custom BOP, the Mustang, I was struggling to even get in like the 220s. It was really bad. So I was like 3 full seconds slower in the Mustang with the LFM's custom BOP because they added 30 kilograms of ballast to it, and then every other car they were only adding like 4 kilograms of ballast or 9 or like stuff like that. So the Mustang's way more nerfed at Spa and LFM compared to the rest of the cars. All right, guys, final race of the day. Now, the other Watkins race we did today went very bad. We got taken out 3 times in the first lap. Hopefully that won't happen here, but you never know. So, does Simgrid Seasons, do they use a custom BOP as well? I don't think they do. They don't, right? Like, they just use the regular... Although, Paul, there are some leagues on console that do use the LFM BOP file, so some leagues on console you will be using the LFM BOP.
Stay double file.
Why did I turn my pit limiter on? That's how you know I've got to wrap this up. At least it's the last race. But yeah, the Mustang and the Nissan both have the best brakes in the game. Okay, so Simgrid Seasons doesn't use the custom BOP. Alright. Here we go. What is wrong with people?
Got some light damage in the front of the car. Car on the left. Me on the left.
Let me guess, he's gonna mark me as crashy. What a joke. That was the easiest accident to avoid, like, ever. Like, what is wrong with people? Was that the same guy from Barcelona, too? I think it was. The same guy, I think, has caused a mass crash 2 races in a row now. I got 5 seconds of damage. It could have been worse.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Okay, I'm gonna have to defend.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Woo! We made it! Having a good fight with this Mustang. One track I think the Mustang wouldn't be too good out of Zolder. Because the wheels of the Mustang are further apart. And that will make it harder in like the zigzag area of it. So the Mustang isn't good at like rapid directional changes. At least I think so. Okay, he's taking the inside.
Clear on the left.
Oh, we wrecked.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, Paul. So it is good at Zolder then?
Warning for exceeding track limit.
That's wide, that's wide, that's wide. Ah! Really screwed up that last corner. I told you guys, Watkins is my weakest track. I am terrible at Watkins Glen. Did somebody bin it? Yes, they did. Well, he's driving the wrong way. He's gonna get disqualified. What is he doing? He's driving the wrong way. Okay, and now I really want to watch this replay. Pierre. Yeah, he could be drunk. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the same guy that caused the mass crash at Barcelona. Number 13 car. Gotta remember that. And of course he doesn't wait after contact. Of course. What is wrong with people? Guy takes me out, doesn't wait after contact. How many positions did I lose from him too? I think I lost like 7 positions from that. Okay, we're definitely gonna save that replay. And there's gonna be 2 people that I'm gonna mark crashy from this one. The guy who caused a mass crash in lap 1, and then the guy who hit me there, the McLaren. So, and watch the replay, find out what door numbers to mark as crashy. And after this, it's going to be a wrap. But I'm also really curious about the guy that was driving the wrong way. Okay, so we have inputs on for this one. Yeah, Proving Grounds can be good. Unfortunately, every Proving Grounds race I've done has tiny grids, though, like only 6 people and whatnot. And that's just, I don't know. I prefer more people than that. Okay, so we do have inputs on for this one. And, I think it was this guy. Yeah, he just goes... Like, dude, it's the same concept of Barcelona. Like, it's not that hard of a concept. When you're starting a race and everyone's going on the straight as fast as they can, if you get, like, very, very, very close to the car ahead of you, just lift a little bit off throttle. Just lift a little bit. Like, just plowing through them. Why do people do this? I think they're used to, like... It is console, so they might be very used to Gran Turismo. I don't know. Yeah, Paul, I've had someone mark me as crashy once when I passed him clean, and then he intentionally cut the corner to T-bone my car and take me out on purpose after I passed him clean. And then he marked me as crashy as well on top of that. So I don't know what he was so angry about. I think he was just salty that he got passed. But look at this, man. Let's watch the race start again from his perspective. And you have the inputs down there. I want to see if he even bothered to lift off throttle. Obviously he didn't, but I'm watching his throttle input there. Well, okay, so he did lift off throttle a bit, but then he goes right back on and just takes me out like that. And look at how, like, dude, you caused a massive crash. That should be so easily avoidable, man. Just don't be extremely close to the car in front of you at the start of the race. Like, come on. So I'm going to mark the number 4 car as crashy. I'll go ahead and put that in my notes. I'm sure a lot more people are going to be marking him as crashy too, hopefully. All right. So the number 4 car, and then let me see who that McLaren was later on in the race. This guy, I think. Yeah. So when does he take me out? I think it's right up here, I think. I think it's right up here. Yeah, he just brakes way too late, and, like, dude, you could have turned away from my car, like... Yeah, he braked, like, 50 meters too late. Makes a complete lunge. Okay, Pierre, that's interesting. Yep. So, number 13 car 2. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I do have to wrap it up, though, because I am in a lot of pain, so I do have to listen to my body. Okay, race fast, race clean, and I'll see you all in the next video.